a powerful and complex story of Judah and Tamar, a narrative filled with family responsibility, injustice, courage, and eventual redemption. Judah, one of the sons of Jacob, left his brothers and settled among the Canaanites. There, he married the daughter of a man named Shua. Together, they had 3 sons, Onan, and Shelah. As the eldest, was the first to take a wife, and Judah chose Tamar for him. Tamar entered the family with the expectation of building a future through her marriage. However, was described as wicked in the sight of the Lord, and because of his actions, he died prematurely. This left Tamar a widow without children, which in that cultural context placed her in a very vulnerable position. According to the customs of the time, it became the responsibility of the next son, Onan, to marry Tamar and produce offspring in his brother's name so that Er's lineage would continue. Onan agreed to take Tamar as his wife, but he was unwilling to fulfill his duty completely. Knowing that any child born would not be considered his own heir, he acted selfishly and prevented Tamar from conceiving. This behavior was also seen as wicked, and as a result, Onan too died. Now 2 sons were gone, and Tamar remained childless. Judah then promised Tamar that when his youngest son, Shelah, grew up, he would be given to her as a husband. However, Judah feared that Shelah might also die like his brothers. Instead of fulfilling his promise, he sent Tamar back to her father's house, instructing her to live as a widow until Shelah matured. In reality, Judah had no intention of keeping his word. Time passed and Shelah grew up, but Tamar was never called back. She realized that she had been forgotten and denied her rightful place and future. Meanwhile, Judah's own wife died, and after a period of mourning, Judah prepared to travel to Timnah to oversee the shearing of his sheep. This was a significant social and economic event. Tamar heard from people around her friends or members of the community that her father-in-law was going up to Timnah for the sheep shearing. Recognizing this as an opportunity, Tamar made a bold and risky decision. She removed her widow's garments and disguised herself, covering her face with a veil so she would not be recognized. She positioned herself along the road where Judah would pass. When Judah saw her, he assumed she was a prostitute because of her disguise. Not recognizing her as Tamar, his daughter-in-law, he approached her. Tamar agreed to his request, but asked for a pledge until he could send payment in the form of a young goat. Judah then gave her personal items as a guarantee: his signet seal, its cord, and his staff. These were significant objects that clearly identified him. After this encounter, Tamar conceived. Later, Judah sent a friend to deliver the promised goat and retrieve the items, but the woman could not be found. The people in the area said there had been no prostitute there, so the matter was dropped. 3 months later, Judah was told that Tamar, his daughter-in-law, was pregnant. Assuming she had acted immorally, Judah was quick to judge and ordered that she be brought out and punished. However, Tamar, with wisdom and courage, sent a message to Judah along with the items he had given her. She said, in essence, that the man to whom these items belonged was the father of her child. When Judah recognized the signet, cord, and staff, he realized the truth. He publicly acknowledged, "She is more righteous than I, since I did not give her to my son Shelah." In that moment, Judah took responsibility for his actions and admitted his failure to fulfill his duty. Tamar later gave birth to twin sons, Perez and Zerah. Perez would go on to become part of an important lineage, eventually leading to King David and, generations later, to Jesus. Lessons this story. First, it highlights the importance of responsibility and keeping one's promises. Judah failed to honor his commitment to Tamar, and his neglect led to further complications. Second, it shows the danger of quick judgment. Judah was ready to condemn Tamar without knowing the full truth, yet he himself was involved in the situation. This reminds us to examine our own actions before judging others. Third, Tamar's courage and determination stand out. Although her actions were unconventional, she sought justice in a system that had denied her rights. Her story reflects resilience and the pursuit of fairness. Fourth, the narrative reveals that wrongdoing has consequences, as seen in the deaths of and Onan. At the same time, it also shows that acknowledgement and repentance, as demonstrated by Judah, can lead to growth and restoration. Finally, the story emphasizes that even imperfect situations can lead to meaningful outcomes. Tamar's place in history became significant, showing that purpose can emerge even from complicated circumstances. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.